Welcome to Blazing Baseball, episode number 79, where we blaze through today's baseball topics, and we are Astros and Yankees fans.
Both of us.
And today, the World Series is on a pause, and it'll start tomorrow.
For the College World
College
Series,
World Series.
yeah, they're off for today.
Yep.
But tomorrow it'll be Ole Miss versus Oklahoma in game number 1. It's a 3-game series.
Yep.
That's on Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday if needed.
Yep.
All right.
And then the schedule for today
15 games
on
tonight.
MLB.
Yep, Friday night baseball.
None of them have started yet, but we have the Mets and Marlins with the Mets Walker, who is 5-2, versus the Marlins Alcantara, who is 7-2, and then we have the Astros at Yanks with the Astros Verlander, who was 8-3, versus the Yanks Severino, who is 4-1, and then we have the Red Sox at Guardians with the Red Sox Pavetta, who is 7-5, versus the Guardians. Sorry if I mispronounced any names of this podcast. Quantrill, who is 4-4, and then we have the Pirates at Rays with the Pirates Keller, who is 2-5, versus the Rays Springs, who is 3-2, and then we have the Dodgers at Braves with the Dodgers Reyes, who is 4-6, versus the Braves Anderson, who is 6-3, and then we have the Nats at Rangers with the Nats Espino, who is 0-1, versus the Rangers Dunning, who is 1-5, and then we have the A's at Royals with the A's Irvin, who is 2-4, versus the Royals Greinke, who is 0-4.
He used to be an Astro.
Yep,
and he's a good pitcher.
Yep. And then we have the Rockies at Twins with the Rockies Marquez, who is 3-5, versus the Twins Bundy, who is 4-3. And then we have the Orioles at White Sox with the Orioles Voth, who is 0-0, versus the White Sox Kopech, who is 2-3. And then we have the Blue Jays at Brewers.
Blue Jays.
The Blue Jays Manoa, who is 8-2, versus the Brewers Hauser, who is 4-7. And then we have the Cubs at Cards versus the Cubs Hendricks, who is 2-6, versus the Cards Palente, who is 2-2. And then we have the Mariners at Angels with the Mariners Flexen, who is 2-8, versus the Angels Lorenzen, who is 6-4. And then we have the Tigers at D-backs with the Tigers Garcia, who is 1-2, versus the D-backs Kelly, who is 6-4. And then we have the Phillies at Padres with the Phillies Nola, who is 4-4, versus the Padres Gore, who is 4-3. And then we have the Reds at Giants with the Reds Ashcraft, who is 3-1, versus the Giants Cobb, who's 3-2.
Yep, and everybody's playing 30 teams tonight. All right, lots of baseball coming on. Last night, it was a big game in the Bronx where the Astros played the Yankees, and the Yankees ended up winning 7-6 in the bottom of the 9th inning. It was a cliffhanger. Astros got up to an early start and were beating the Yankees all the way till the 9th inning. The Astros had 11 hits and 6 runs. Tucker had a double, and Altuve had a double. And then Bregman had a home run, and Alvarez had a home run. So they had lots of hitting going on, and they scored 6 runs, but the Yankees came back in the bottom of the 9th to win. Hicks hit a 3-run home run, and then Aaron Judge hit a single and drove in the winning run in the bottom of the 9th. They got 4 runs in the bottom of the 9th to win it, 7-6. Stanton had a home run, and then Hicks had the home run in the bottom of the 9th. And the winning pitcher for the Yankees was Castro, because he pitched the 9th inning, and he gave up no runs. He's 4-0 for the season. His ERA is 4.15. Talion was the starting pitcher for the Yanks. He went 5 2/3 innings, gave up 10 hits and 6 runs. He had 3 strikeouts, and his ERA is 3.19. For the Astros, Valdez went 6 innings. He gave up 2 hits and 3 runs, and he had 7 strikeouts. He pitched really well for 6 innings. His ERA is 2.90. But Presley got the loss in the 9th inning because Hicks hit that 3-run home run, and then Aaron Judge hit that single to drive in the winning run for the winning RBI. So some game, maybe it's it's the same game that's going to be played for the pennant at the end of the season. I think that's what's going to happen. We do believe it will be the Astros versus the Yankees at the end for the American League
I
pennant.
believe that.
Yep, we think they're the
That's
best
what-
two
that's what I would
teams.
bet on.
Yep, and there were 44,071 screaming fans in New York last night. And that was a big win for the Yankees. I'll tell you, I was surprised. I actually fell asleep, so I didn't even see the end. But big comeback victory. And they're at it again tonight. Who's chucking?
Oh yeah, I was watching it and it was a whirlwind.
yeah, that was some ninth inning like that. Yeah.
Yep.
Clutch hitting for the Yanks.
Yep. And then we have on the mound today for the Astros, Justin Verlander, who is a right-handed pitcher who's 8-3 with a 2.3 ERA and 81 strikeouts. And then on the mound for the Yanks is Luis Severino, who is a right-handed pitcher who is 4-1 with a 3.27 ERA and 80 strikeouts.
And they are good pitchers. Both of them are incredible pitchers, and they can win a World Series game. They already have.
And up first for Houston is Altuve at second base, batting .278, and then Brantley at left field, batting .296, and then Bregman at third base, batting .234, and then Alvarez at DH, batting .317, and then Tucker at right field, batting .262, and then Gurriel at first base, batting .216, and then Diaz at shortstop, batting .215, and then Castro at catcher, batting .101, and then Myers at center field is coming back from his injury.
All right.
Coming back from Sugarland AAA.
That's good for the Astros.
Yep.
And Alvarez is batting .317, but also Brantley's batting .296. Alvarez has 54 RBIs, so Alvarez is still smoking hot for the Astros, and he had the home run last night.
Yep. And then up first for the Yanks is LeMahieu at first base, batting .257. And then Judge, who we have some breaking news on today, we'll dive into. At center field, batting .304. And then Rizzo at DH, batting .228. And then Stanton at right field, batting .246. And then Donaldson at third base, batting .233. And then Torres at second base, batting .257. And then Hicks at left field, batting .233, and then Kiner Fluff at shortstop, batting .269, and then Higashioka at catcher, batting .176.
Yeah. So the meat of the lineup for the Yankees, Judge has 53 RBIs and 27 homers. Rizzo's got 49 RBIs, and Stanton's got 45 RBIs. And they're hot. So this is going to be a good game tonight, I think, in the Bronx.
Yep.
All right. And what time does that game start?
6:05 Central Time.
All right, 6:05. We're on it. And what are the standings today, Mr. Colby?
In the AL East, the Yanks are in first place, 12.5 games over the Blue Jays. In the AL Central, the Guardians and Twins are tied 4.5 games over the White Sox. In the AL West, the Astros are 9.5 games over the Rangers. In the NL East, the Mets are 4 games over the Braves. In the NL Central, the Brewers and Cards are tied 9.5 games over the Pirates. And in the NL West, the Dodgers are 1 game over the Padres.
Yeah. All right. That's the standings for today. And there was a story that just hit. What happened with the Judge?
Yep. So according to MLB.com, by an article by Brian Hoach.
Friday afternoon, the Judge and the Yankees appeared poised to celebrate a victory.
They have agreed on a $19 million contract for 2022.
All right.
Avoiding an arbitration hearing.
Yeah, they don't want arbitration because that's not good for anybody. They figured it out themselves. They came to an agreement.
Yep. It says the deal contains incentives that include $250,000 if judges voted the American League MVP, in addition to another $250,000 if he is named World Series MVP.
All right. Okay, so he gets an extra $500,000 if he does it all. And that's just for one season, this season. So the Yankees,
yeah,
right?
$19 million
Yeah.
$19 million contract for 2022.
Yeah. So they after the season's over, they're going to have to come up with a big contract to sign him up for 2023 season. So
That's interesting.
Yeah, let's see what happens now. But I think everybody in Yankee Land's very pleased right now. And I think Aaron Judge is pleased too, that they don't have to worry about that right now. They can concentrate on trying to win the pennant. And tonight, they have a very hard opponent with the Houston Astros and Verlander. Gonna be a good game tonight. All right.
I'm not really sure how that works when he's already playing
this
season.
Yeah, well, he had a contract that ran out at the end of the year, so they upped him up, gave him more money for this year.
They just decided to just give him more money.
Yeah, to hold on to him for the year and keep everything happy while they were negotiating a bigger contract. They were trying to do a big deal. Mm-hmm. I forget what the number was, but it was like $250 million. But they couldn't come to an agreement until he was like 38 years old. I don't know. He might want to do the Tom Brady thing and play till he's 44. So I mean, I just don't know exactly what the details were, but they couldn't come to a long-term contract agreement with him. So they decided to get him signed up for this year and not worry about it, and then take care of it in the off season.
To basically just be like, hey, we're gonna. I don't know. Like, has this to make just to make him happy, and has this ever? I feel like this has never happened before in any kind of sport before with a player.
Well, he's a really important player, so I think that they're going to do whatever it takes to make him happy.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to sign him to that big contract, but he declined it because that was really a lot of money. But they start comparing it to Mike Trout's contract, which is like $300 million. And when they do that, then there's some competition between who's going to be the highest paid baseball player. So I think that might have got in the middle of the mix while they were negotiating.
So if you're saying if Judge would have signed, Mike Trout would have still been paid more.
Yep. So I think that was an issue for the Judge, and I don't think it's really. I don't know. It's so much money; it's hard to understand. But maybe he wants to get what Trout's getting, or more.
I think
he's younger than Trout.
I think it makes sense too to just push it off till later.
Yeah, I mean
it gives Judge more power and the whole contract.
And I think it's actually good for the team because Judge is really going to play hard because now he doesn't have a contract for next season, so he's really going to be playing hard to win because it's going to affect his earning potential for maybe the next 10 years in baseball, because I think he will sign an extended term, like an 8 to 10 year contract with the Yankees or whatever team is. Yeah,
they're hoping the $19 million is going to help the Yankees in that signing. When Judge is assigning which team to sign to.
Yep. Well, he's with the Yankees for this year, so the Yankees got him, and they're happy about that, and they're going to try to win the World Series. But first, they got to go through the Astros. So, Astros are an incredible team. The Yankees are an incredible team, and we're going to see some good baseball tonight.
Yep.
All right, and they're playing on Sunday again too. A day game.
Good stuff. Any other baseball topics you want to go over today on this baseball podcast?
It's great. 15 games tonight. Enjoy it, baseball fans.
Yep, and we'll catch y'all tomorrow here on Blazing Baseball, blazing through tomorrow's baseball topics. Peace.
Peace out. Blazing Baseball.